What is up, Star Wars fanatics? It is Ashrock back with another review. This is going to be on the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch speeder bike with Biker Scout. Let's look at the packaging really quick. So here's the Biker Scout in packaging. As you can see, very, very cool packaging. Larger size packaging for the Black Series. You know, the other larger size packaging we've seen is for Jabba the Hutt and the Star Wars 2-pack, I believe the Han Solo and Guido 2-pack, which is a waste of fucking plastic. And on the back you can see there's some more stuff. There's an image of the Biker Scout. And on the top there's a quick bio right there. And at the bottom you can see a little quote, "Call for help, go!" Let's move on. And there you have it. So here is the Biker Scout himself on top of the speeder bike. Very, very cool. Very, very nostalgic for all you Star Wars fans from back in the day, or even the Star Wars fans now. This is a great, great nostalgic thing to have. We've seen it in 3 3/4 inch before, but never in 6-inch, never with this much detail. And I got some opinions at the end of this review about what I think of the Star Wars Black Series, 6-inch Black Series so far. So let's start off with the paint applications. As you can see, very, very well detailed compared to the 3 3/4 inch one, which I used to have and I got rid of a long time ago. I really got sick of the 3 3/4 inch figures because I kept reproducing and pumping them out again and again, and just got fucking played out to me after a while, man. But they did an awesome job recreating this thing. There's so much fine detail. As you can see, it's worn down. It's not a perfect speeder bike. You can see the little, you know, it's obviously been bumped up against some things, you know, right there and right there, a little silver tint showing that it's been worn down, man. That is just really, really cool to see. Up here you can see some more all the way over here. Then he's got his little baggage there on the back. Nothing, pretty simple, nothing over the top. It does have this little plastic piece here too, by the way, which helps him hover above the ground, which I can get to in terms of articulation. On the bottom there, you can see where the plastic piece goes into, and then some more detail at the bottom too, so you can see that like it's kind of scraped up against the floor. Very, very cool to see that, man. That is, you know, that little attention to detail right there, guys, is absolutely beautiful. As a collector, as a fan of Star Wars, as a fan of action figures, man, you can appreciate these little details. Now, kids might not appreciate as much as us adults who see these things and go, man, that is just really, really cool to see. The Biker Scout himself, I got him on the bike right now. Let me take him off the bike. So here's the Biker Scout off the bike. As you can see, it looks very simple, but when you get down to it, it actually has a lot of fine detail. You can see the little crevices right there in his chest piece. Part of his armor and whatnot has a little bit of, it's worn down. It's got some sand in it. It's a little dirty. And what would you expect from someone riding a bike at the speeds that he rides it at? Even so much as his boots, you can see there. You know, it is definitely dirty and grimy, and you know, that little attention to detail is really, really cool to see, man. His knee pads have a little bit of it too. You know, there's just a lot of fine detail on this guy. Main theme is black and white, but again, the white has so much little detail on it. Let's zoom on the head real quick. You can see the head detail is absolutely gorgeous as well, man. I mean, very simplistic, and most, you know, Star Wars troopers are pretty simplistic. I mean, the Sand Trooper that we got from the first series, from the first wave, was just gorgeous. I mean, that, you know, that showed us how capable this line is of being absolutely great, and it's continuing here in this action figure as well. And down here he's got his little holster with his little gun. The gun is very small. It's a very little blaster, if you will, but it's nothing super detailed. It's very, very tiny. It does sit in there though. Again, very cool attention to detail. Such a well done, well crafted action figure in my opinion. Just beautiful. So for paint applications, I'm actually going to give him a 9 out of 10, almost a perfect score. So well done. Again, the attention to detail with the bike itself is just gorgeous, man. It's just so much beautiful. This thing right here is, it's almost a masterpiece. It really is. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's move on to articulation. So the character himself, the Scout himself, he has a ball joint hinge on the shoulder. He has a upper bicep, double jointed elbows. So you can see that right there. Is it hindered by this piece? No, it's not. It's actually two different pieces right there. So you can see it kind of goes underneath, and it just looks continuous from right there. So it's really, really cool to see. You know, they could easily fuck that up, but they did not. It does rotate at the wrist, move it around and to the sides like that. So that's really, really cool to have, man, because he does have biker hands. You know, what would you expect from him? So, and you can use actually for his little pistol too, his little his gun, if you will. He can shoot if you need him to. Waist articulation, none. That's the only thing. He does have the ab crunch. It's very, very limited because of the different armor and different pieces he has on him. But it does go from side to side. And again, it's a little tight. Not the best, but it is what it is. He has a hinge over here, ball joint hinge. Upper thigh. He has a double jointed knees. He's got the up and down with the foot and ankle rockers. As for the bike itself, not much, you know, articulation, not much needed on this thing. The one thing that's really cool though is for the handlebars, for instance, it is a soft plastic. So when you're trying to put them on there and you're maneuvering them around, it does have a little bit of bendable, you know, options, I guess, which is a good thing to see. But nothing else really. The only other thing you can have is this little ball joint that pops out of here. Okay, this goes right in that little hole right there. Okay. I don't know if you ever put anything inside of a hole. God knows I have. That was a sex joke. I've never had one of those. And then you can kind of move it around. Now keep in mind, when you do put him on the bike, he is a little top heavy. Okay, so you know, putting in a pose like that, where you have the bike like that, it does get a little tricky because he is heavier. This base is actually very, very nice. It's very durable. It's a soft plastic, but it's hard where it needs to be hard. God, so many sex jokes. I got to stop. And then, yeah, so you can maneuver it around. You can kind of, you know, go to the sides like that. So you can kind of, you know, you can do different things with it, which is really cool to see. So having like swerving through and pretty damn cool. I like that a lot. So for articulation for this set, I will give it a 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty damn good. A waist swivel would have been nice, but you know, it is what it is. You can only get so much articulation out of a character, for the most part, that's going to be sitting down on top of a bike. Final score on this box set will be a 8 out of 10. I think it is an absolutely great set. The one thing that is kind of holding it back from being a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 would be the price. It is a bit expensive. These are $39.99 a piece. I get it. Essentially, you're getting two figures in one, but I still think that's a little pricey. If you're a big Star Wars fan, obviously go ahead and get it. If you could find it for a cheaper price, go ahead, but don't pay more than that. I would not pay more than that. I think on Amazon right now, he goes for like $65 a piece. They are 2 per box, I believe. When I went to Toys R Us, they had just opened it up right in front of me, and there were 2 in there along with a Jabba the Hutt. So it is 2 per box. Maybe get 2. If you want to get more, go ahead. I think 2 is just fine. But you know, there's people that army build. I don't know how much you're going to army build these things. I don't think they're worth army building. Like I said, maybe 2 to 4 if you want. But I wouldn't pay more than $40. Still a great set, a great vehicle. The amount of detail, it looks really, really cool on your shelf along with your other Star Wars stuff. And it really shits on the 3 3/4 inch one for sure. So I highly recommend it. I really do, even at the price of $40. You know, $30, $35 would have been really nice, but you know, whatever. Collectors, you're gonna buy it anyways. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to laugh every day. I'll talk to you guys next time. Deuces.